Hey guys, we're here with the 2002 Mercury Mountaineer, my daily driver, and I was driving it a couple days ago. I parked it in my driveway and I noticed this massive puddle underneath it. So it looked green, so I thought it was the coolant, but I couldn't find any coolant leaks anywhere that it would make any sense. But everything underneath was like a green color, especially over there by my starter. It was just covered. And I've had a couple leaks in the past, but this is a real big coolant leak. So after a lot of investigating on this thing, I did notice that there's, I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but back there's a lot of just coolant looking liquid all on the top of the block of the engine. So at first I thought, oh no, this might be a crack in the block or something, which was not a very nice thought. But I was squeezing this hose and doing that, creating a little pressure in here. You could see that my thermostat housing here, my thermostat assembly, whatever you want to call it, sprung a leak. And right here, not on the part that goes onto the engine, onto the block, but between where these where this slit is right here, is leaking right here. And I was very grateful because I did not want to replace my engine. This is an easy part to replace, and that's what we're going to do today. So I looked on Advance's website, and I found like a good one. I think it was a Dorman brand, and it was like $82. I was like, okay, that's not bad, but let's go look at Amazon and see what I could do on Amazon. So I found this real cheap one for $40, and it's aluminum. Every single other one online is plastic. So I thought it doesn't hurt to try out an aluminum one. I think it'd probably last even longer than the good brand because it's aluminum. It's a metal versus plastic. So today, my part came in right here. So we're gonna try this out. Could be the worst product ever, but that's what I'm here to tell you. I'm gonna let you know. So let's unbox this thing and let's get into installing it. Alright, here's our part. It feels really light. Oh, gasket fell off. So this feels very light for it being metal, but it is hollow. It has the sensor inside, thermostat, whatever you want to call it. So let's line this up, make sure it's the right part. From first lookings, it looks pretty close, looks pretty perfect. So we have that hose on the bottom. Down there, we got that hose. And then we got this hose going on the top. We got this hose, and then we got our harness right there. And that should be it on here. So, and we have the exact same things on here. So, let's get this thing installed. So I wanted to show you where the other one was leaking. It's leaking right in this area right here. So you're just squeezing this, builds a little bit of pressure, but when you're running the car, a lot more pressure is going through there. So if just coolant was squeezing out of here, with just squeezing the hose here, when the car is running, a lot more is gonna squirt out. So it's good that I caught this because my coolant, I did notice it was real low. I had to refill it to drive the next day, and then it was empty again. So glad I found this, and now I can fix my coolant leak and get hopefully a nice new part in, even though this is the cheapest one you can buy. All right, got the camera set up here, and now we're gonna start getting our old part off. So this is gonna leak a little bit, so I'm gonna get a catch pan of some sort from somewhere. That will do. Look at that, no leak. Don't open that. All right. We'll go ahead and get our sensor harness off. This one. We had a little bit leak out right there. That's all right. Let's see. Now we're gonna get our bottom hose out, which I've had to replace the clips before, so we have a different style. All right. My hood doesn't like all this weight on it. That's unfortunate. Looks like we're going back to the old days with this. Got that up now. All right, now we're going to get these bolts off the top. All right, well, we got those loose. Oh, that's nice. And now it's just leaking all onto the ground. It's time for a drain pan here. Now that most of it's leaked out. free. Now we're able to remove it. So here's our old part, and we'll compare it to the new one. Look pretty identical, just this one's made of metal. Let's get this thing installed. So we're going to reuse the bolts because our new one did not come with any. That's all right. So I was looking here at the thermostat right in here, making sure it even had one, because these cheap Amazon ones are just right over the price of if you were gonna go buy just the thermostat that's in here by itself at an auto parts store without the housing. So Amazon somehow has their Chinese knockoffs, who obviously don't make a lot of money or very cheaply make it. So let's get this thing in here. All right, so we got those bolts tightened down. It looks like it's seated pretty decently. Can't see it too well, but it does not look like it will leak, which is a good thing. So now we're going to get this bottom hose screwed on. You may ask why I'm using a screwdriver on this when I could use a socket. I had the screwdriver already here. All right, we got our bottom hose on. We'll install this one. All right, that one's on. We'll put our harness on here. That seems real loose. I wonder if you're supposed to tighten that down. All right, then we got this one, which will all right. Should be it. So we're gonna start it up and see if it leaks. But before we do that, we should check the coolant here, since lots of it leaked out and lots of it was already not there. Yep, that is real empty. So we're gonna add some and see if this leaks. All right, so I started it up, and so far I don't see any leaks, especially in that same place as it was before. But we're gonna let it get up to operating temperature before I make any conclusions, and we'll see how it goes. All right, so I got it up to operating temperature, and there's no leaks. So it looks like my problem is fixed. That's a great solution, because I thought it was going to be a lot worse. But it was just that. Overall, I think this worked pretty well. I don't think you can't go hating on the Amazon product just yet. Even though it's half the price, it seems to be working just fine for right now. And if your car is low miles, maybe you shouldn't go with one of these, but at 250,000, I think it works just fine. So that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching.